What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Alright, we're coming back to Nirvana. Yes, indeed. Nirvana Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Jamie Van Bruin, and it was also the winner of the Premier Tier Patreon Request Prioritization Poll, winning with 41% of the vote, moving it from number 700 straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. They all want to see me react to this. I can't believe the name of the song. It is Nirvana performing a tune written about maple syrup, I guess. Nirvana's playing this tune here called Mrs. Butterworth.
Mrs. Butterworth?
Yeah?
How come you taste so yummy?
Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Incesticide23, okay? And the video has 329,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Nirvana, Mrs. Butterworth, lyrics. Does that mean the lyrics are going to be on the screen, or does that mean lyrics are down in the description? You never know with these. It's very hit and miss. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Okay, well, clearly the lyrics are not on the screen. I mean, that's already a given. I have mixed feelings about this. I'm loving the direction of the song. The song itself, the chordal progression, I'm really feeling that. I'm digging that. The feel of the song, very aggressive on top of the beat. I would dare say a punk feel to the song. I would be willing to go that far, absolutely. You know what it kind of reminds me of? I know people are going to call me crazy for this, but hear me out. Kind of reminds me a little bit of SOD. Just not as heavy, not as thick in the guitar sound, but in the aggressive approach to the playing. How hard they're strumming the strings. How hard they're beating on the drums. The aggressiveness. Just that raw, aggressive feeling. Very reminiscent of SOD, Stormtroopers of Death. I dig it. I absolutely dig it. I love everything I'm hearing instrumentally and aggressive feeling wise. Vocally, I'm not digging it at all. I'm sorry. I know this is very, very rough. This sounds like, you know, stage one of writing a song, you know, very rough draft, very rough cut. They're not going to put any, you know, time or thought into, you know, mix or editing or anything like that. No, they're literally going to put a condenser mic in the middle of the room and let's jam this out and let's get an idea of where the song is going and how it's going. You know what I mean? That's what it sounds like. And the vocals on this are just not, I mean, don't get me wrong. They're raw. They're absolutely raw. Yes, I will give credit where credit's due. Do they fit the context of the song? To some extent, yes, they do. They absolutely do. But pleasing to the ear, I wouldn't go that far. I absolutely would not go that far. But in some regards, those style of vocals, again, if we're talking about having that punk influence, I mean, if you really think about punk bands, have you ever seen a punk singer sing operatically? Never, you know? But at the same time, most punk singers have some semblance of control and some limits as to how far they're willing to take their vocals so it doesn't take away from the context of the song. And I really feel like Kurt's vocals are kind of going past those points. You know what I mean? Like they're going way out into left field. So it's a little distracting if I'm being honest. But like I said, musically, instrumentally, direction-wise, feel-wise, I'm digging it. I am digging it. Let's keep going here.
Your life is shit. I'm gonna open myself up a flea market. I'm gonna open up myself a flea market. You're gonna wish you did. I'm gonna retire on the profits.
All on the tops.
First off, I'm gonna empty out all my Mrs. Butterworth jars. I'm gonna put on the shelf my $800 a month tax-free Century 21 shop. And then I am going to put my Mrs. Butterworth syrup jars on the shelf next to all the commemorative fast food chain glasses and cups I've accumulated over the past 62 years. Then I'm going to get some plywood. I'm going to get some plywood and cut them up into 2x2 feet squares. And I'm going to get some burlap and I'm going to cut them into 2x2 feet squares and then I'm going to put them onto the pieces of plywood. And then I'm going to go to the beach. I'm going to go to the beach and I'm going to collect some shells and driftwood. And then I'm going to take the shells and driftwood and glue them onto the plywood and burlap. And sell them for lots of money. People
Well, that was pleasant.
Okay. Well, that just happened. All right. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Nirvana with Mrs. Butterworth. All right. That just happened, didn't it? This was a request from Jamie Van Bruin, and it was also the winner of the Premier Tier Patreon Request Prioritization Poll, winning with 41% of the vote, moving it from number 700 in the queue straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. Oh boy. Okay. This is an interesting one because there was nothing in this song that I liked, and there was nothing in the song that I disliked. I either loved it or I hated it. It's one of the two. There is no middle ground here. At least as far as I can tell. Yeah, oh man, this is such a weird one. Okay, let's start with the score and then we'll go from there. And maybe I'll change my mind on the score. I don't know, but if I do change my mind, it might go up or it might go down. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see where this journey takes us. Let's start with the score I have right now. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 6.6. Yep, 6.6. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first of all, this sounds very, very rough. This sounds like the recording quality. It sounds like somebody took a condenser mic, stuck it in the middle of a room, and then they had all 3 members of Nirvana like in a triangle facing that microphone. Everybody was coming through very evenly. It didn't sound overbalanced one way or another. So I get the idea and I get the feeling that everybody was facing the mic. So like in a triangle, like, you know, there's Kurt, there's Chris, there's Dave, and they're all facing inward toward the center of the mic. Very rough. Very, very rough. Now, within that roughness, there is a certain charm that goes along with that because of the style of the song. Very aggressive, very raw. I would say borderline primal to the song. And that kind of lends itself to that mix. The mix reinforced that feeling and vice versa. So it definitely worked. It absolutely worked. Not gonna lie, it wasn't the most pleasing thing to the ear though, but I see the idea and I see the direction and it absolutely does work. The bass and the drums, for me personally, the bass and the drums were the star of the show here. Absolutely without question. Really pushing the song forward, really giving it the feels that it had. I loved what was happening in the bass, and I especially loved what was happening in the drums, especially when it came to that breakdown section where guitar was laying out and Kurt was telling his little story, you know, and the drummer, what Dave Grohl was doing, all on the toms, no snare at all, just toms and kick. Loved it, loved skin work. So it sounded really good what he was doing, keeping that pace going, keeping that feel going. Chris coming in, reinforcing what Dave was doing on the bass, really nicely done all the way through. God bless them. You know, I loved that, and it really helped the score quite a bit. The guitar playing, believe it or not, when the guitar was playing, I liked it. I really liked the tone that it added, and the attitude that it added, and the aggressive feel that it added. Was it sloppy? Absolutely. Was it dirty? Absolutely. But that was part of the charm, again, of the song. I would never give that guitar playing an 8 or a 9 in a million years. Not if my life depended on it. But it definitely helped the direction of the song, and it helped the vibe of the song without question. That punk vibe. I used a band that's not even punk. I used a band from not from a musicianship standpoint, but from a feel and aggression standpoint. I used Stormtroopers of Death as an example, and I still stand by that. That straight ahead, just in your face, aggressive feel, no apologies, just gonna go for it. And I loved that. I really do, man. I love everything about that. Honestly, the only thing I hated was the vocals. Kurt's vocals on this, I was not a fan of at all. And I get it. I do understand that style of vocals fits the mold for the style of song that they're going for, but within limits. You know what I mean? Like, if you listen to punk singers, they're gonna do a lot of the things that Kurt would do, but not go as far as Kurt went. Kurt went all the way out in the left field. All the way out in the left field. Meanwhile, most typical punk singers would go out to first base, you know, and then they would round to first base and start heading for second. Kurt, no, he hit first and he kept going all the way to the bullpen. You know what I mean? So I just think Kurt went too far with it. I wish he had reeled it in a little bit, had a little bit of restraint, but you know, it is what it is. I'm not a fan of it at all, but you know, I do understand the direction he was shooting for. I just think he overshot it. So anyway, 6.6. Now, what does that mean? Is that a bad score? No, it's not. Believe it or not, it's a pretty good score for what I feel is a pretty good song. It's very rough, very, very rough, but within that roughness is the charm. And I here's the thing, and I'm gonna end with this. If they were to take this exact same song and go into a professional studio, play it cleanly through modern equipment, you know, play direct into the board, or you know, have isolated cabinets and isolated rooms, and really get the best possible quality sound, I think it would sound better, but I'll be honest with you, I don't think I would like it nearly as much. I think it would lose a lot of its charm because of the rawness of it. So that's so weird coming from me, but honestly, that's how I feel. So no, it's a pretty good song. It really is, and I don't think I would want to hear a finished product. I think I like this right where it is. So 6.6, I feel good with that score. It is a pretty good score. It's not bad, I promise you. If it was bad, if I didn't like it, it'd be down the 1s and 2s. Now this is getting a 6.6, which by definition is a pretty good score. So 6.6, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.